Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside that weather window, and it's a wet weather window today as we take you up north to our Billy Goat camera, thanks to Sky-Fi Tower and Localtel for providing this great shot of where the Methow River joins the Columbia River around the Pateros and Brewster areas, and lots of clouds up that way, and we've seen some pretty decent downpours of rain throughout north central Washington today. Here in the Wenatchee Valley, it's been on and off showers with mostly cloudy skies. That will last into Saturday as well, and then possibly some windy conditions as we make our way into Sunday. And if the long weekend takes you to area lakes or rivers, just be careful out there. We could see northeast winds around 20 to 30 miles an hour and gusty at times, especially close to home here. If you're heading out to maybe Banks Lake or Moses Lake or Potholes, just be careful out there. You could see some rough water. And we'll tell you all about the weekend weather outlook coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A suspect in Grant County found out firsthand Thursday that it isn't a good idea to try to fight a police dog. Next Tuesday is your opportunity to sound off on plans to consolidate Chelan and Douglas County port districts into a regional port authority. And the U.S. Forest Service now is looking for solutions to combat the growing bighorn sheep populations. But first, we begin tonight. Northwest cherry growers impacted by Chinese retaliatory tariffs could be in line for a federal bailout. U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell and Congressman Dan Newhouse announced that they secured funding through a provision added to the supplemental disaster budget bill, which was approved by the Senate yesterday. The money comes from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Market Facilitation Program. The Cantwell-Newhouse provision provides a one-time expansion of the eligibility guidelines of the program, allowing all cherry growers to receive financial assistance as long as 75% of the individual grower's income comes from farming. The one-time payments will be made available through the administration's trade aid package. Senator Cantwell says the aid is critical to supporting the more than 2,500 cherry growers in the Pacific Northwest and the thousands of jobs they support. Congressman Newhouse says the fix is essential to ensure growers can continue to operate in this upcoming growing season while the administration continues their work to level the playing field with China. China is the #1 market for Washington State sweet cherries, but cherry sales dropped from 3.2 million cartons in 2017 to 1.6 million cartons in 2018. Some estimate that tariffs cost Washington State cherry growers between $60 and $80 million in lost profits. The bill is awaiting House action. A suspect in Grant County found out firsthand Thursday that it isn't a good idea to try and fight a police dog. It began as a domestic violence call in the 4000 block of Orchard Drive Northeast near Moses Lake. When the suspect, 30-year-old Patricio Moncada, started running, Grant County Sheriff's deputies unleashed Canine Deputy Chewbacca. Chewbacca quickly caught up with Moncada and clamped onto his arm. Moncada resisted and started fighting the dog, so Chewbacca bit down on his other arm and held him until the deputy arrived. Chewbacca was used because there was a felony warrant out for Moncada's arrest, the sheriff's office said. Moncada was taken to Samaritan Hospital for treatment before being booked into the Grant County Jail. Chewbacca, meanwhile, was not hurt in that confrontation. Next Tuesday is your opportunity to sound off on plans to consolidate Chelan and Douglas County port districts into a regional port authority. Commissioners with both districts have set a special joint board meeting for Tuesday evening at the Confluence Technology Center. The so-called functional consolidation of the two ports is expected to save about $500,000 a year in operational costs. A task force of local elected and business leaders recommended the action as a way to address port costs as well as future improvements at Pangbourne Airport. Chelan Port Commissioner Rory Turner says he anticipates a smooth transition if the consolidation goes forward.
And perhaps as early as maybe early next year, 2020, we'd begin to sit in a board with 6 commissioners, and all commissioners would retain their seats. The representation remains the same. It's just that you operate under one budget, and it seems to make a lot of sense.
The Tuesday public hearing starts at 5:30 at the CTC. Written comments are also accepted into the record. A final vote by the 2 respective boards will follow at a later date. Well, with Washington's bighorn sheep populations growing, their habitat now overlaps with land allotted for domestic sheep and goat grazing in central Washington, which increases the likelihood of diseases being spread. The U.S. Forest Service now is looking for solutions. NCWLIFE's Cal Fitzsimmons reports.
The U.S. Forest Service has begun an effort to update its 30-year plan for protecting Washington's bighorn sheep herds. That almost certainly will mean a change in how the government allots grazing rights for domestic sheep and goats. After being nearly eradicated from the state in the 1930s, there are now 17 herds and an estimated 1,690 bighorn sheep in or near the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. Those herds are located in areas stretching from the Canadian border south to the Yakima area and include herds seen locally near Manson, Chelan Butte, and elsewhere. The Forest Service's grazing allotments for domestic sheep and goats now overlap with bighorn habitat. This is concerning because bighorn sheep are susceptible to pneumonia, which can be transmitted from domestic herds. Called the Sheep Project, the Forest Service's effort to engage the public in this discussion began Thursday with a virtual open house. The next open house is scheduled for June 12th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Cle Elum Ranger Station. This is Cal Fitzsimmons reporting for NCWLIFE.
Coming up next, Washington Governor Jay Inslee signed the state's biggest budget ever this week, and it didn't take long for anti-tax activist Tim Eyman to launch an effort to undo it all. The Wenatchee and Quincy Shopko stores will close their doors on Sunday, and Highway 20 east of Loop Loop Pass will be closed for several days beginning Tuesday as crews continue work on a washout that caused extensive damage earlier this month. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck. You would load up your stuff. You would rent a storage unit. You would transport it. And finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you, we drop it off, then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and the floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Welcome back. In another news, Washington Governor Jay Inslee signed the state's biggest budget ever this week, and it includes numerous tax increases. And that means it didn't take long for anti-tax activist Tim Eyman to launch an effort to undo it all. Eyman talked with NCWLIFE's Carrie Condata.
Well, the legislative session has ended. The governor has signed all the bills, and the new budget will start on July 1st. It's $52.5 billion, a 17.5% increase, but it also includes a lot of new taxes, about $27 billion worth over the next 10 years. And there's at least one person in the state of Washington that isn't real happy with that. He's anti-tax crusader Tim Eyman, and we caught up with him about his latest initiative. Tim, tell us about it.
Yeah, it's initiative 1648. We have from now until July 5th to collect the signatures, and it puts a term limit on all these various tax increases they passed. All of them were passed without voter approval, many of them without hearings, many of them without legislators even reading the bills. They all did it in the final weekend. This initiative gives us a chance to be able to veto all 11 different tax increases, all $27 billion in higher taxes. We want to put term limits on new taxes. It's a really neat initiative. I'm really excited about it. Our website is givethemnothing.com. That's givethemnothing.com. And it gives every voter in the state of Washington to essentially repudiate everything they did this legislative session when it came to taxes. $27 billion in higher taxes, 11 of these tax increases, all of them passed without a vote of the people. This is an initiative for us to term limit every single one of them. We have a real tight timeline. We have from now until July 5th to collect those signatures. We have a tremendous enthusiasm, but the calendar's our enemy. And we're just really, really excited about how many people are helping, but we need a lot more. And again, that's givethemnothing.com for those people that want to be able to veto all those tax increases and tell Olympia that's so Seattle-centric that the voters in this state don't want that many taxes passed so unilaterally without any kind of public input.
Well, there you have it. Tim Hyman, thanks for joining us. This is Kerry Condata for NCWLIFE News.
The Wenatchee and Quincy Shopko stores will close their doors on Sunday, but the optical department will stay open as a separate store. Shopko declared bankruptcy in January and since that time has announced the closure of over 200 stores nationwide. The optical department, which was sold to an investment company, will be run out of the Shopko building until a new location is found. The company is moving 80 Shopko optical locations to operate as independent stores, including in Spokane and Union Gap. Saturday will be the last day to shop at Shopko, and the hours tomorrow are 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Highway 20 east of Loop Loop Pass will be closed for several days beginning on Tuesday as crews continue work on a washout that caused extensive damage earlier this month. The State Department of Transportation says the contractor on the repair project will be excavating a very soft fill material under the roadway, which could threaten the stability of the lane still open to traffic. From Tuesday until June 4th, the highway will be completely closed, and westbound traffic from Okanagan toward Twisp will be detoured along US 97. Eastbound traffic will be diverted south along Highway 153. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Tonight we're featuring the 4th Annual Wenatchee Mini Maker Fair hosted at the Town Toyota Center, taking place this Saturday. Organized by the nonprofit GWADA, Becca Freemuth stopped by Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with Dan Coons to tell us all about the family-friendly event.
Started, of course, 4 or 5 years ago, primarily from Wenatchee High School students. They wanted to bring the maker movement into Wenatchee, so they partnered with GWADA, which is the nonprofit that I work with, to bring it to Wenatchee. And we've kind of been hosting it ever since. And this year we're taking it back to the Town Toyota Center, which is pretty exciting.
Good.
We have about 70 exhibitors, activities, and presentations signed up for this year, which is a record-breaking number for us. So we're very excited, and the Town Toyota Center is a great space to, I think, you know, it's kind of that industrial design look, so it kind of encompasses that maker feel. It's really cool because the Maker Faire has a pretty big student presence at it. So this year we've partnered with a number of different student programs around the region to come and showcase their work here. A big one that I'm really excited for that's a first this year is the Wenatchee High School's Visionscape Showcase is coming to do their showcase at the Maker Faire.
What is a vision?
Visionscape. So it's called Visionscape, and it's pretty much all the directed study students at the high school kind of do their final presentation of the results of the work they've done over the year. They come and present.
Okay.
So throughout the day, we'll have different high school students coming, presenting their work. One of the students has built a rooftop tent on his truck. So he's bringing in his truck into the Town Toyota Center to showcase this thing that he built. We've got a number of students who are going to be doing musical not presentations, but performances on a piano. We've got some artists, some tech who did some engineering work. So a variety of high school students coming in to really showcase what they've worked on. And that's through the Visionscape program.
Sounds to me you need to plan some time here. You're not just going to be in and out in half an hour.
No, yeah, it's quite funny. We have surveys, after events, and people say that they have spent hours.
Yeah.
And it's really a great family-friendly event. There is things for pretty much any age demographic to enjoy there. So we have a lot of families who come in and they spend quite a few hours in the fair, and it's a free event.
Yeah,
so,
well, I was going to point out, because I know you have sponsors, but I'm on your site right now, and it said click here for tickets, and it says free. So obviously there's a mistake here on the website, or how does this work?
We like to encourage people to RSVP, so get a free ticket online to let us know about how many people we should expect, and we also offer a door prize. So by RSVPing on our website, you'll be entered into a drawing for a door prize.
What kind of door are you giving away?
We haven't
big
quite
door,
decided
heavy door,
yet.
doggy door?
The perfect door.
The perfect door.
The perfect door.
There you go.
So we do encourage people to go to wenatchee.makerfair.com to RSVP and let us know they're coming.
Or you can get a supporter ticket.
You can. So we do sell $10 supporter tickets. So kind of like Dan alluded to, is GWADA is a nonprofit, and we host this event primarily through sponsorships, but we highly encourage and will accept any donations that the community wants to provide us.
You're getting, donate $10 because you're going to get $10 worth of entertainment.
Yes, you'll definitely get priceless, whatever that commercial is with the the priceless. That is literally, we should make one of those for Maker Faire, because it is just a great opportunity full of learning, exploring, and making connections with people
and
in
having
the area.
fun.
And having
people
fun.
Like to do that.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast as we head into this long Memorial Day weekend. The details coming up in a second, but let's first take a look outside our weather window. Dark, dark clouds all around North Central Washington today. This up our Billy Goat camera up in Okanagan County, the Wenatchee, or I should say the Columbia River and the Methow River. So Pateros and Brewster in your shot there. Showers up that way. We've seen showers here in the Wenatchee area and also showers to our south. In fact, some of those showers south of us have been very heavy this afternoon, and that will continue into our evening hours as well. And all the clouds, that kept our temperature down pretty well, pretty much today. We are below normal, 66 unofficially our high temperature today, and that's 7 degrees below where we should be. 73 is normal, right where we should be as far as normal low temperatures though. Our record high temperature, 90. That was set back in 2001, and record low for the second day in a row back in 1975 at at 35 degrees. We did pick up a trace of precipitation today. I think that will go up as we talk a little bit more next week in the rainfall totals from this weekend, but we're still at 3.41 inches for the year. Sunrise this morning at 5:14, and the sun will set tonight at 8:42. Now let's show you that surface loop and what we can expect as we head into the long weekend. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Showers will taper off as one area of low pressure slides down the front side of this ridge and will move through. So maybe some isolated showers tonight. Another reinforcing area of low pressure will move in on Saturday once again right down through British Columbia, and that will bring us a 40% chance of showers. With this wave, we will also see cooler temperatures move down as we get into Saturday. Temperatures only in the lower 60s. Sunday, mostly cloudy skies once again. Maybe some wraparound moisture from this area of low pressure could be coming back at us from the northeast and east, so we'll stay with that 40% chance of rain. And then things get very, very nice as we move into our Memorial Day Monday. Mostly sunny skies and warmer as most of the cloud cover moves into Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas. That will leave the Pacific Northwest clear, and that goes for Tuesday too. That's going to be our trend, folks, all next week. Warmer temperatures each day. On Tuesday will be in the middle 80s, and by the time we get into the middle of next week and the end of next week, look at all of the clear skies from the central part of the country all the way back into the Pacific Northwest. We are expecting highs on Wednesday in the mid to even upper 80s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Expect low temperatures, very nice, mild, I should say. 51 degrees our overnight low. There are those cooler temperatures, though, for Saturday. 64 degrees. We will see a 40% chance for rain showers on Saturday. We'll stick with a 40% chance for rain on Sunday, even though I think more widely scattered on Sunday with a high then of 71. Here, Monday, our Memorial Day, will be the best day of our entire weekend. Mostly sunny, 79 degrees, and then a nice warm up as we move into next week. As I mentioned, 82 on Tuesday, 85 for Wednesday, and we'll stay at 85, maybe even warmer as we get into Thursday with partly cloudy skies. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. 662-6846.
A sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you. The Mariners are in Oakland to begin a three-game weekend series with the Athletics. Seattle has slipped to 23-29 on the season. Will be trying to snap a three-game losing streak tonight. Oakland's won 7 of its past 10 and has climbed to the 500 mark, good enough for third in the AL West. Wade LeBlanc will be on the mound tonight, coming back from being blown up by Minnesota in his first outing since missing 5 weeks with an oblique strain. Seattle batters will face Oakland's Daniel Mengden, who is 1-1 with a 3.65 .65 ERA. He also has a very interesting mustache with the curls on the end. First pitch tonight coming up at 7:07. There were only a couple of games in the American League West last night. Let's open up the Les Schwab scoreboard and take a look. Minnesota hit 8, that's right, 8 home runs, including 2 each by Jonathan Shoup and Miguel Sano in a 16-7 shelling of the Angels. Lucas Giolito pitched a complete game 4-hit shutout of Houston as the White Sox won that one 4-0. The Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks will try to snap a 3-game losing streak at home tomorrow night against Idaho. The visiting Horsemen lead the American West Conference with a 6-0 record. Wenatchee Valley third at 2-4. Game kicks off at 7 o'clock at the Town Toyota Center. Well, we're down to the final 2 days of the spring sports season across the state of Washington. Let's first take a look at some of the results we have so far today on the Les Schwab scoreboard. At the 4A Track and Field Championships in Tacoma, Isaac Wellborn of Eastmont took third in the high jump. Wenatchee's Jordan Van Ash was second in the javelin, and the Panthers' Elizabeth Farrell took sixth in the triple jump. At the 1A meet in Cheney, Cascades' Julia Armstrong is a state champion in the pole vault, while Chelan's Ellie Collins came in second. Cashmere's Rob McManus won the state title in the 1,600-meter run. Cascades' Landon Davies took fifth in that event. At the 1B, 2B meet in Cheney, Waterville Mansfield's Alex Poppy took second in the triple jump, and Antioch's Drew Duncan sixth in the 1,600-meter run. Chelan will not play for the state title tomorrow in baseball. Goats fell to University Prep today 5-0 in the 1A semifinals. Chelan will play tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for third or fourth against the loser of today's matchup between Seattle Christian and Colville. Brewster is in the losers bracket of the state 2B softball tournament in Yakima. Bears fell to Chewelah this morning 13-7. Brewster scheduled to play Liberty Christian earlier after they fell to PL Willapa Valley 17-2. Here's what we still have on tap for the WIAA state championships. Brewster has a 7 o'clock date tonight with a Soton in the state 2B tournament. We're talking baseball in Centralia. Rainier and Kalama, the other semifinal. Loser of today's games play for third and fourth tomorrow morning at 10. Winners will play for the state 2B title tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Spokane is the host site for the state 4A softball championships today and tomorrow. Moses Lake's first game against Redmond was supposed to be played earlier today. They have had some issues with weather in Spokane that could impact the schedule for the rest of the day today. State track and field championships continue today and tomorrow with a 4A meet in Tacoma at Tahoma High School, 1B, 2B, 1A meet at Cheney's Eastern Washington University. State tennis got underway today at the 4A championships being played in Richland and Hanford. Here's what we have so far. Wenatchee's doubles pair of John Thrapp and Max Yount lost a grueling match this morning, 5-7, 6-1, 4-6. They're back in the consolation bracket. Panthers' Chloe Andrzejewski advanced with a 7-6, 6-3 win. The 1B, 2B, 1A tennis championships are in Yakima with 14 competitors representing Chelan, Cashmere, and Cascade. Here's what we have so far. Chelan's Wyatt Habich lost 3-6, 1-6 is in the consolation bracket. Tough day for the boys. His teammate Tobin Weir also in the consolation bracket, falling 0-6-0-6. Cashmere's Kane Andrus also falling this morning 2-6-0-6 and is in the consolation bracket. The doubles pair of Ryan Cooper and Huber Farias of Cashmere did advance with a 6-2, 6-2 win. On the girls' side, much better for the girls of North Central Washington. Chelan's Emma McLaren advanced with a 6-2, 6-0 win. Cascade's Molly Weiser advanced easily 6-0, 6-0. The Kodiak's Dorothy Espinoza also in the winner's bracket after a 6-4, 7-6, 7-5 victory. Cashmere's Kurt sisters, Aaliyah and Lauren, had no trouble in their first match, winning 6-1, 6-0. Cascade's duo of Stella Johnson and Megan Evans also advancing the winner's bracket with a 6-3, 6-1 win. Chelan's Abby Martin and Bella Gatesemeyer are in the consolation bracket after falling this morning 2-6, 6-7. Best of luck to them for the rest of the path. Whew. All right, what's happening this weekend? Well, we've got a few things on the schedule. In fact, the annual Sterling Inlight Girls Softball Tournament runs today through Monday on the softball diamonds throughout the valley, specifically at Sterling Sports Complex, at Walla Walla Point Park, as well as at Hydro Park. 49 teams participating in this year's tournament, so be on the lookout for the youngsters, their families, and coaches at restaurants and hotels throughout the valley this weekend. Wenatchee Wild's hosting its annual tryout camp today through Sunday at the Town Toyota Center. If you want to get a taste of what will be the 2019-2020 Wenatchee Wild, head to the TTC for a look. And there'll be plenty of horse trailers in tow heading to Appalachia today for the first of 4 days of their big Memorial Weekend roping event. Wow, a lot going on this weekend. Have a safe weekend. We work hard around here, so we're going to take Monday off. I hope you have Monday off as well. We'll see you on Tuesday. That's Sports News. Grant. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. We'll be off on Monday, but make sure you keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Tuesday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz, and then the NCW Life Evening News on Tuesday night. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a fun and safe Memorial Day weekend.